I wanted to show you the greenhouse doors and the windows and a couple other things down here. This is going to make life so much easier. Rich did such a great job on these doors and windows because I was concerned that it was going to close things off so I didn't have as good an airflow in here, and he made the doors really nice and big and the windows fold all the way down, and the construction of it, he did a great job. And there's Yogi. Yogi's doing so good. Hi Yogi, come here Yogs. He looks better, he's eating. We took him to so many vet appointments and different vets, holistic, tried so many different things. The original vet that we had gone to, she said, with all the tests and, you know, specialists that we had gone to, she said, let's just try some steroids to stimulate his appetite. And so he's eaten for like 10 days now. He's finished the steroids a couple days ago. So we'll see if he keeps eating. The hope is that he will. But if not, we'll have to address that as we go. But he's filled out some. He's got, like before, he was just wasting away, you know, almost 6 weeks of no food. We thought we're just watching our dog just waste away in front of us. So it's super exciting to see him eating and putting on weight. But let me show you the doors. So on the outside, you can see, so it's got a stake so I can keep them all the way open. I just don't have it in right now. And it's just an easy little bar that he put in. But the windows, they fold all the way down, and so I can just latch them up. Now I'll be able to heat this way better in the winter. I'm not going to be battling that plastic. Like we had the big plastic with the zipper and the bar that goes across the bottom. And so then the storm would come and the wind be going crazy and the sandbags would not hold it. So I'd be out here trying to fight, you know, to keep everything closed up, to keep the heat in here. Now I'm not going to have to do any of that anymore. So I'm super grateful for that. And then the other thing that he did is built me a processing table. He found a sink for like $6. He's like super excited about it. And I said, what are you going to do with that sink? He said, I'm going to make you a table. So, you know, I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't realize how much I was going to love it until I started using it. So it's tall, so I don't have to bend over, and I just have buckets underneath to recycle the water. But I cleaned all the seed trays, processed vegetables. My granddaughter just sat up here and helped. Well, she sprayed me with water. I don't know how much she was actually helping, but she had a great time, and I love it. I just love it. And I have the microgreens. I thought I'm gonna grow microgreens outside this time and see how that goes. And it didn't go very well at all because the birds ate all the seeds. So I should have thought about that and put a net over, take my shoes off, and put a net over them. But it's probably not the best time anyway because it's warm. We got some humidity, so it's just gonna be perfect for fungus, which, you know, that's the thing right now. There's so many plants that are kind of struggling out here. If I have it on overhead watering, so I have everything on a timer for the most part. Everything's on a timer with a sprinkler or PVC watering. And the PVC watering areas are doing really good. And it's like 10 minutes a day is what I have it set to. The things that I have on the overhead watering with the sprinkler on the timer, some of the plants are okay, but a lot of them are struggling because even though I'm doing it in the morning, it's still warm enough to where that water is dissipating and it's not getting directly into the soil. So I have to, you know, triple the watering time in order to get the same benefit. And I refuse to do that, to use more resources just because I have a really crummy system. So I thought whatever survives, survives. And now I understand more. When we came here, we went and saw an organic farmer to talk to him about his setup. He was super nice. He sold a lot at the farmer's market. And he said, yeah, it's summertime. He didn't have a lot going. He said, this is my off season. And I thought that was strange, but now I understand because especially in July, you're battling humidity and bugs and the heat. And so the fungus on the plants from the humidity, there's so much more going after the plants versus the rest of the year. So what I'm focusing on planting during this time is herbs. Well, I have, carrots, beets, celery, things like that are doing really well. But outside of that, it's mostly herbs. I have a bunch of arugula too, but that was by accident. But the herbs, the things that I know that are going to do well, that the insects aren't really after, and that the fungus isn't really going to chase. So I have ginger growing, celery, rosemary, lavender, sage, basil, St. John's wort, more lavender, yarrow, hyssop. So things, a lot for the teas, a lot of the medicinals, and they're doing really good. The basils, I have a lot of basils growing because I love them. I love using them as a base in the tea. Yarrow and lemon balm are the two that I really love. So I have my lemon balms going in a few places, and then all these basils. But look how big. This is the mammoth basil. Some of these leaves are as big as my hand. They're just giant, and I love them. So this bed is arugula, basil, carrot, celery, kale. And, you know, the kales, that's another thing that's struggle right now because, you know, the worms want to go after them. And so I do have my tansy spray that's from this plant over here that does an amazing job on fighting insects and little critters that want to attack the bugs. So it's blooming now. Pretty flowers. So I took this last year and cut the leaves and the flowers, and I soaked it, made a tea out of it for spray, not to drink. Although you can drink it, but that's not what I use it for. And I think you're supposed to use it minimally. But I use it for bug spray, and you can smell it right away. It's really potent. So, and then I got the lemon balm. So I'm just learning timing, better timing. I do have cantaloupes growing right now, but the darn raccoons keep getting them. So I got to figure out how to battle raccoons. Raccoons, and I've never really gotten along well with raccoons. They are not my friend. So I have cantaloupe shells out there where I was like, dang you, just ate out the whole inside. Had me thinking I had cantaloupe still sitting in the bed. But, oh, and I have chard too. So there's some things during this time that I need to journal. I need to log on my calendar the things that still survived really well during the heat and this time of the year, so that I'm not wasting time planting things that are gonna struggle, because I like to travel during this time, and you know, I need things that are going to be okay with that, that they get not as much love for me during those times, and they can still survive. But so that's what we got going on right now. Some happy plants, some not so happy plants, but super happy wife with new doors, new windows. And him and my son Jackson put in a flagstone patio, so I'm not going to be battling weeds in the back area where I have some of the growing stations. So a lot of good improvements made this year, and lots of learning, which is always the goal, right? Okay, that's it. Good. Bye.